Okay, this is my collection of Giant Microbes as of July 21st, 2017. And I started collecting these back in 2003 when I visited my friend AC Tipton up in North Carolina. And we went to the Science Center. And in the gift shop, they had on sale these little tiny plastic figures called Primordial Putty. And they came in these petri dishes that I thought were really cool inside of this orange slime. And I kept them in here for a long time because what happens when you play with toy slime, as I know this from the 80s being a popular thing, is that it hardens up and eventually turns into like a rock candy type thing that looks like amber. And that is what happened to all three of them, unfortunately. But I just wanted to play with the figures. Now, they were discounted, and it's a shame that I think that these are gone off the Giant Microbes website too. I think they've discontinued them. I personally prefer these small plastic figures because I like action figures more than I like plush toys. I do collect a few other plush toys, but I'm pretty selective about it, and I just prefer action figures and wish that the whole line had been made with these little guys instead. But anyways, this is Anthrax, Ebola, and Black Death, or the Yersinia pestis. And then I started collecting the plush toys as well, because I love microbiology. My degree is in biology, and microbiology and virology and genetics were some of my favorite and best science courses. I really excelled in them. I did very well in the labs and just had a lot of fun. And even after graduation, you know, if you have a love for science or for learning, you keep reading about these things and working with them and studying all kinds of interesting things like that. But anyways, back to the figures here. So I've got a few here that are my favorites. Also, I haven't gotten all of these. Some of them were gifts from friends. And it's been fun. I've sent them out to friends as well. It's fun to trade, and all kinds of funny jokes always emerge. Like, oh, I just got the flu from my friend so-and-so, or I sent her the flu, and she loved it. And this is Strep Throat. And they've got little tags on there, and or sore throat, and they tell you what they are. This is Paramecium. This is one of my favorites because of the color. It's my favorite turquoise, but also it's a protist, which is kind of like an animal, but they're from their own kingdom. It's a freshwater organism, and I loved all the details that they did with all the little organelles, and even has an oral groove in there, the nucleus. Pretty cool. And I don't even remember who gave me what anymore. This is a Euglena, also a freshwater protist. It's got the nice little flagellum. Well, he's got the cilia, which are the small hairs that go all over the body. All over the cell, that is. This one's just really cool. Nothing on the back. And these guys come with little information cards and educational cards. Like here's the one for Euglena. And there's a few others as well. Some of these are really interesting, like this zombie virus, which is was discovered fossilized. It's a plant virus actually that was found frozen. It's a pretty new discovery. And that's this one. He's one of the newer ones. And here's DNA. This is also one of my favorites because they actually bothered. I love all the detail on some of these. So it's got all the base pairs like adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine, and that's pretty cool. The little eyes on each strand. That's neat. About the flu again. This was my very first plush one. I don't remember if I bought this when I went up north or if I ordered it on the website, but it's so darn cute. This is one of my favorite ones. And here's a krill. And there are fictional ones too. I've been playing the video game Plague Inc. And I think both of these that I got, the bioweapon and the Nur Axe Worm were gifts from my friend Odd S. So was the krill. I forget who gives me what most of the time, but this was for my recent birthday. This is the Nur Axe Worm, and in the game this is a creature that does mind control and takes over the brain and makes people do weird and sometimes funny things. So I love this little guy. I'm also fascinated by psychology, as you guys know, and this is a neuron or brain cell. And I really like this one because this one makes me think of my character Fear, who is also based on a neuron brain cell as well. He has electrical powers, and neurons do produce an electrical discharge called the action potential. And so this was a neat one to have. Also for representing intelligence, so I like that. Oh, this guy. This is a T4 bacteriophage. And when I was in college, I was taking, it was probably microbiology or cell biology, I'm not sure, I can't quite remember anymore. This is like one big class for me. But my professor was really cool. He also taught the class I really loved, which was ornithology and animal behavior. First introduced me to what a bacteriophage was, and when I learned what these things were, I was just amazed and fascinated. These are viruses that specifically hunt down bacteria, and they do look completely alien. They don't look organic, like it would be something that nature made. It almost looks like something that's man-made. It looks like a robot that's got an icosahedral head, which makes it look more like a crystal than a living creature. Well, viruses aren't alive, but no time to go into that. That's rather complex. But anyways, icosahedral head, and then the spiral here, and then 6 clawed legs that they use to attach to the surface of a bacterium. And then they inject their DNA, which hijacks the cell's ability to replicate itself. And instead of producing new bacteria, the DNA from the virus causes it to replicate new small viruses. Eventually it creates so many inside the bacteria that the bacteria bursts and new phages are released into the world to infect more bacteria. Amazing. Fascinating. I love this kind of stuff. And this is E. coli. And I like showing these to other scientists as well, and professionals like doctors. And when I had my surgery, I took the red blood cell with me, and the doctors and the nurses all there loved that. They thought it was great. And I asked my veterinarian what her favorite microbe was, and when she said it was E. coli, I got her one of the petri dishes of E. coli, and she loved that gift. That was a Christmas gift. And here's a stomach ache. So anyways, that's my collection of giant microbes. And I think I might do a few more videos showcasing the different collections I have of toys, because I've always loved toys since I was a kid. I took very good care of my toys. A lot of the stuff that I have, I've had since I was a kid in the 80s. And now that I'm an adult, I love being an adult because now I can buy my own toys pretty much whenever I want. And I've got some pretty amazing collections. You guys have seen my husband's videos of his nerd cave. That a lot of the stuff in there is mine. So I think I might do some videos in the future about the things that I collect and the action figures that I like. So yeah, that is my collection of giant microbes.